4th of July holiday means fun and fireworks. This morning, we're learning how we can enjoy all of it while staying safe with the Honolulu Fire Department. Fire Captain Jeff Roche joins us this morning with tips. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing very well, especially now that we know the 4th of July holiday is only days away. Definitely going to be a good time. But is there anything that you want the community to know about when it comes to fireworks and having a safe Independence Day?
Yes. The Honolulu Fire Department would like the public to enjoy the Independence Day holiday and ask that people be aware of the dangers of fireworks if they're going to use them, especially improper use of the fireworks and not being aware of the dangers that they present can lead to injury and or death and bad things happening. So before igniting fireworks, we ask of any kind, we ask that the community familiarize themselves with the manufacturer's recommendations, warnings, and instructions, and also before igniting them, to make sure that they only get them from approved fireworks vendors, licensed retail outlets, and other stores that have licenses, and properly display them.
Right. And of course, people of all ages like to enjoy those fireworks. Are there any recommendations regarding the use of fireworks by children?
Yes, with the keiki, we want to take care of the children, and nationwide, children and teens are most often injured while using fireworks, not just during Independence Day celebrations, but New Year's Eve and any other the cultural use of fireworks that we see in our community. Despite the dangers of fireworks, a number of people fail to understand the associated risks, which includes fires, devastating burns, and other injuries. We also recommend that the use of fire when it comes to children be left to the adults. But ultimately, that's a parental decision. So if children are going to be allowed to ignite fireworks, I would say that they should be under strict supervision by one or more responsible adults. Emphasis on the word responsible.
Definitely. And when it comes to safety precautions for any age, of course, adults need to be very careful with these as well. What precautions would you recommend taking?
Well, there are very, very many, but I would stick to just these few. First and foremost, if you're going to use them, no matter what age you are, always wear eye and ear protection. I remember when we used to do fireworks for 4th of July and New Year's Eve as a child. I remember my ears hurting when they would get to those big, loud bombs at the end of the long string of firecrackers, and I didn't know what that pain meant until later on in life. And so if you're going to do that, please wear eye and ear protection. Also, have some safety equipment nearby, especially in the form of a fire hose or a bucket of water, whatever's available in the event of a fire, especially if the hose can't reach to where you're at, because we do recommend that you ignite the fireworks away from buildings, so it might not have a long enough hose. So a bucket of water in that instance will work. Never point or throw fireworks at any person, building, or animal. Fireworks should only be ignited on smooth, flat surfaces away from buildings, dry vegetation, and other flammable type materials. And also never try to reignite a malfunctioning firework. If a firecracker fails to explode, don't go back to it and try to light it, because it most definitely has a shorter fuse, and you can have that explode in your face, and that close proximity could negate whatever safety precautions like eye protection you have on.
Right, and not worth it. I mean, when it comes to a situation like that.
It could blow up in your hand too.
Right.
So it's not something that's worth it.
No, so just make sure you dispose of that. All right, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, if you're choosing to enjoy the holiday through the use of fireworks, please do it responsibly and safely, and take all the safety precautions that we spoke about today, and we hope that the community keeps all of these safety precautions in mind so everyone can have a safe 4th of July weekend.
Definitely. Fire Captain Jeffrey Roche, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And again, everyone,
Thank you
make
for having
sure
me.
you have a safe Independence Day. And you have a great holiday as
And you
well.
too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.